Welcome to Flag Football Focus. Today we're going to review how we do our player grading per game. So, first thing we do is we go to our play and we start off with a player. So we have Hunter Blankenburg we're going to start off with, and whoever he is guarding. So we look at Hunter Blankenburg. He's not doing much right now. He's guarding Diego Ramirez. The play starts. He doesn't do much. Nothing happens for him, so he would get a 0 on that play. Nothing happens. Our player grading is on a scale from -2 to 2. 2 being you did something god-awful, like Dylan Kane does on this play. 2 being you do something amazing, like a Cesar Sanchez touchdown pass later in the game. And a 0 is in the middle, meaning you do something average. Diego also does nothing, so he gets a 0. We'll go back and we check the play again. And now we're watching Cesar Sanchez. Cesar Sanchez drops back, has good footwork, throws a nice ball right in between two players to Jake Taylor. Jake Taylor and Cesar get a 2. We'll go back, check out another player. We'll focus on Bobby Rigger and Logan Manson. Bobby Rigger doesn't really do much, goes deep. Logan has good coverage. Logan gets a 0.5 for decent coverage. Bobby gets a 0. Dylan Kane on this play gets a -2. And if that was Zadian on the back end, he gets a -0.5 with the missed tackle there. Next we go to Andy O'Rourke, who's covering Joseph Ramirez. They are right over there. Andy O'Rourke on playing off coverage. Joseph does nothing, does a lazy route. Andy doesn't do anything there. That's a 0 for both of them. 0. All right. And then at the end of the game, we will have a total of those for every single play that was played and numbers for every single player. So now what you're looking at is the overall grades for the first half of the game between the Josephs and the Tropics. You can go through, you can see all the scores and how people did. From there, we added all these up and calculated what they would add up to get their overall grade. We do not have individual offense and defensive grades. So somebody could have done really poorly on defense, really good on offense, and their grade would not reflect having like a super good offensive game. It simply would show as a pretty average game. So we're going to use Hunter Blankenburg as an example of how we do this. We start with a base of 60. 60 is a good number because it can give us near 100, and we're going to use a 0 to 100 scale, kind of like at Pro Football Focus or on Madden, to get an idea of how good somebody played. Because at plus 0.8.5, you don't know if that's good or bad. What does that really mean? When you see a 77 grade or 80 grade, you can tell, okay, that person's pretty good. They had a pretty good game. So the way we end up with those grades is we take his plus 0.85, then we multiply it by 2, that comes out to 17. We add the 17 to the 60, that gives us a 77 grade. Hunter Blankenburg has a 77 grade by all our calculations, and I believe that was pretty accurate from his game.